Hi, welcome back to the cabin. It's Ian from Off-Grid with Peniglen Homestead, so hi to everybody. I'm sorry I've been pretty quiet on the channel for the last few weeks. I've not done as much as I wanted to do really. I've had limitations on what I've been able to do because I seem to have hurt my hip and hurt my knee. I don't know how I've done it. I've had trouble with my hip on and off for years, where I get paid with it every so often. But many years ago I got a torn ligament in my knee and they had to operate on it, and I don't know if that's come back again. I'm moving my leg now, that's why I can feel the pain in it. It seems to be in the same place, so I don't know. So, but I'll be dead by the time I get to a doctor's appointment, won't I? So like I say, I've been limited what I've been able to do. What we've done is, like last week when we did a video, I think it was last week, I showed me filming outside, me and Kev putting it all together and doing the building work. Well, this week, to be honest with you, I set the camera up, we started recording, we thought, and the battery had gone flat on the camera inside, and outside, for easiness, I just used one of my old smartphones. I've got an iPhone SE, so it's one of the newer ones, so I used that, but I didn't realise the battery, because I only use it for filming, because it's a out of contract phone. Then the battery were really low on it. It only filmed for about a minute and it went flat, so I'm really sorry. So what I'll do is, in a bit I'll walk through and I'll show you what we've done this week. So I just wanted to reflect really on how things have changed for me. It sounds a bit silly, but when I first got the cabin, then I was living in this one room cabin. You all saw that on your videos and everything. I was totally self-contained in here with my solar, my little generator I had outside, and my bunk bed up here that I used to sleep on, and my range fire and everything, and it was great. And then I felt that it was a bit small for me, so I decided I would do the extension, and the extension's cost me a lot of money to build. It really has, but it's been worth it because obviously I could pay for it bit by bit, so it's helped that way as I've been building it. Plus I've had quite a few donations to the channel, which thank you so much for all of you that made the donations. So like now it feels a really good sized cabin. So like I built the bedroom on the bottom, which Kev has now because Kev lives here permanently with me now, so he has the bedroom, and then in the middle room here there's a bed settee, so I sleep on that. So I'm on my an maybe in future to build at the other side of this wall, but at the back of the fire, make a really small room there and have a bedroom for myself there, because as it stands now I don't have a bedroom. So I know I could stay in here with the bunk, but we've got plans for in here as well. So like I say, I built the bedroom, then the bathroom, then we had a utility room which Kev's now took over with the power tools, and then we've got the middle room here, and then we've got the pantry, and then we've got the front room. And to be honest, in winter, because we wanted to get a log burner with a back boiler, which I haven't ordered yet, but I want to get one of them, and then plumb it all the way through and put radiators in. So, because we've got plenty of wood and everything with the woodland, so it's not like we're going to get short of wood. So the idea was, is that we're going to put radiators all the way through as well. So, can you hear dog? They're playing outside. Yeah, so last winter, the living room at the bottom we didn't really use because it was very cold. So what I'm hoping to do is take this little fire out that's at the side in there, and then get a big range like in here for in there, and it'll just throw the heat right out then. Can you hear them playing? They're in the compound at the back playing away. So yeah, so I've lost my thread there now. Yeah, so like I say, it's a good sized cabin now. So what we're hoping to do is, when I've still got where the corridors goes down to the bedroom that Kev has, there's bits on there that need fixing, like at the top I need to fit trim, and then I also need to put a window ledge in there as well. There's no window ledge on the inside. So, and then I've also got some loft installation, so I want to put that up in my loft as well, so it's warmer in that section. So there's a lot still I've got to do at the cabin. So what I also want to do is, on the other side of here is where the two-seater settee is, and obviously the batteries. Well, I'm going to make a wall going across square wall, and I'm going to make a small room there, and that's going to be for the batteries, the inverter and the control panel. So I'm going to buy some new batteries, and I'm also going to buy a big control panel and a big inverter as well, and have a proper system in that corner. And then as it stands now, on the new part of the roof where all them great big solar panels on, they're not connected at the moment because I don't have enough batteries to store all the power that they generate. So the alarms go off on the inverter saying too much power after about an hour. So I want to build up a big bank of power, big bank of batteries to hold all that power. So like I say, we're going to be starting that in the next few weeks. But before I start that, as you know, I've got a big collection of whiskey, which I'll show you my whiskey later on. And I need to put some shelves up down the bottom in the lounge area and put my whiskey all around there, because obviously if I built this room, that whiskey can't go there. Plus I've got little ornaments I want to move and stuff. And then what we're aiming to do this year is to take this kitchen out altogether, and then take the bunk out, and then make a big walk round kitchen, so with an island in the middle. And then that gas stove I'm hoping to put in that island in the middle. Obviously put the gas pipe under and then run along under the floor, and then I'm going to be doing cooking as well, and I might do some videos cooking, well mainly baking, because I'm more of a baker than a cooker, because I used to work for my brother as a baker. So he owned his own 3 bakeries in Lancashire. So I used to make all the bread, pies, pasties and cakes and stuff like that. So that's that. So but I feel that everything's totally changed dramatically for me, and it's all for the better. With Kev coming as well and living with me, I'm really, really happy Kev's here. I really am. And sometimes I might not see him for a couple of days if he's not so good with depression or something like that. We're being ex-serviceman, he suffers with quite a bit of depression on and off. But when he is up and about, it's great. You know, we have a natter about all sorts. We watch telly together on a night, and then we do DIY jobs together. And I've known Kev since I was about 18, when I lived in Barnsley, when I was in that rehabilitation centre. He used to live at the top of the road in some flats, and I don't know if I told you this, but there was, where the main building was in this rehab centre, there was a flat at the side on the grounds. It was a 2-bedroom flat. Well, I used to live downstairs in it, and Marcus used to live upstairs. Well, Marcus is Kev's brother, so Kev used to come down to see Marcus, and then I got to know Kev, and then me and Kev used to go off and do stuff all the time. And I've known him for years, and we've had bouts on and off where we've lost contact with each other, because one thing after another, when you get married, you sometimes do, don't you? Your life refocuses, really. So, but we've always kept in touch every so often. And when I lived in Penistone, I used to catch the train to Barnsley, and I used to come and see him for a few hours on a Monday and then catch the train back. So yeah, so I'm really, really happy Kev's come, and I know it's a silly thing to say, I'm really happy winter's over with, because I were cold this winter. We're doing the extension, we hadn't had it all sealed in, well, back end of winter, so all the beginning of winter, and when it were really cold, then we weren't sealed in, so it were cold on a night, even with the fire on sometimes. So, but we want to be prepared for next winter, we really do. And I'm going to be ordering some coal in the next week or so, because we're really low on coal, so I'll get the 2 bunkers filled up. We've been doing a lot of cutting wood over the last week or so. I dropped lucky as well. Now don't get on at me for not having my safety gear on, right? I know I should have my safety gear. But we went over to the back of the cabin, over the bridge, and I was cutting a load of wood there with the chainsaw, and I put the chainsaw down and turned it off. Well, I went back to the pile I'd been cutting, and I started throwing it into the basket, and I tripped up, and I banged my leg, and I've got a massive gash on my leg about this long, right? And it's really, really stinging and hurting all the time. And Kev said, "You're lucky you didn't have that chainsaw on." I said, I know, but I didn't have my protective gear on, so I'm going to have to start wearing that gear. I've no excuse really why I don't wear the protective gear, but sometimes you feel a bit like you know what I mean, like what do they call it, Michelin advert. You feel like you're like that when you're wearing it and you're trying to cut. It kind of restricts what you can do in a way. I feel it does anyway, but I'll start wearing it because I need to start wearing that again. But it's lovely now with the sun. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and you feel better in yourself when it's warmer weather, because when it's cold weather you feel like your bones are aching and you don't want to get up. You feel very lethargic. But as soon as that summer comes, everything feels different, doesn't it? It's like everything's renewing, every grass is growing, the trees are sprouting, everything like that. It's great. You know, I just go out in the morning, I've only got my t-shirt on, and I do my dog's choke then. Do my dogs, and it feels really, really good. And I really want to finish this cabin this year, get it all finished and done. We're going to be building some log stores, cutting a lot of wood so we're prepared. I've also got other building projects which I've got planned. So that's going to be a big project. So we'll be doing that in the next few months. But we're going to concentrate on getting this cabin done, and then also getting that room done, and then getting the batteries, and I'll install all that and everything. I film doing all that. So, well, listen, before I go, I'm going to show you all the jobs we've been doing all week. And then I've got a little joke for you at the end. So what we've done in here is we had a rough board that was up there. So what we've done is we've fitted some barrel board at the top of there. Now, as you can see, there's still a bit of light coming through. That's because we've still got to put two boards on the outside yet to seal that at the top. So we did that, and then what we've also done is sealed this off here as well. See if I can move back so you get a better look. So that was slightly open to the elements, so we've sealed that off. Nice and tidy. Tidy job. Well, near enough tidy job for me anyway. So that's that. And then over here, this was open at the top, so I've sealed that off there like that, and then that going into the corner like that. And then this section here we've sealed off as well, like that. Because what we found was the tin roof was coming out to about here. Sorry, the tin roof was coming out to about here. So what I did was we extended it with a board and then sealed it going up then. So we've done that there. And then again, I've sealed that section there, going all the way to there. But as you can see, I still need to finish this little bit here, like that, and then put another batten into that section there. So that will seal that off. And then what we also need to do is over here, we need to put the barrel boards all the way down there as well, all the way to the bottom, because there's a cat flap in that corner. I don't know if you can see the cat flap there. So what I'll do is I'll take you through. Oh, before I do, I had a fire bucket that used to be my granddad's, and all the paint was flaking off it and everything. So Kev, he put some spray in it, paint removal, and then he sprayed it all up. You might have seen a short on the channel where it shows me watching paint dry, and then at the end of it I fall off because I fall asleep. It's quite a funny little short that, if you want to watch it. It's on my channel. So he did the bucket, resprayed it red, and then he got some stickers and put fire on it. So now we've got a fire blanket for the fire if anything happens, and then obviously a fire extinguisher. We've got quite a lot of fire extinguishers as well. So what we've got in here is, a while ago, as you know, this section, it was all open to the elements here, so the wind would blow down it and blow in. So what we did was we put little spaces all the way down to seal it off, all the way to the end. Now we did that the other week, like that. And what we've done this week is, if you can see here, that was slightly open to the elements, so we've sealed that all the way across. And then again, we did that at the top of this as well, all the way across, sorry, to the end. And then what we've done is we've sealed the top off as well, all the way along to the end as well. And what I've also done is put a window ledge on here as well, because we didn't have a window ledge. So we've done that. That's Kev's computer. And then over here, I've put a window ledge there as well. But you can see the window ledge there. It's looking all right, the jobs we've done as well, isn't it? Now here's the jokes, right? I've actually got 2 jokes for you. One's a bit rude, so I'll do it last, and then this. Are you ready for this one? Are you ready? Are you ready? Right. My mum, when she was having me, decided that she was going to have an abortion. It was very, very upsetting within the family. So she went to the doctors to ask him, and he said that he felt because I was starting primary school next week, she might have left it a bit too late. Right. Right, are you ready for other joke? That's a bit rude, this, right? I went to the solicitors in Stranraer. They're really funny buggers in reception. I went there and I said, when I see the solicitor and speak to him, am I okay using my dictaphone? She said, no, you can use your finger like everybody else. Now that's it for today. And I'm sorry about the rude joke at the end, but I thought it were good than that. Right, I will see you all next week back down at the cabin, and hopefully I won't have as many ailments next week and I've got so much done that you can see. I'll catch you soon. Dinky-doo.